When Margaret Whitmore's mother-in-law declared at the family dinner table that she was too common for their Thanksgiving celebration and banned her from attending, Margaret simply nodded, excused herself quietly, and walked to her car. 3 weeks later, Vivian Whitmore received a certified letter informing her that her 40-year membership at Meadowbrook Country Club had been terminated by the new owner, who happened to be the daughter-in-law she had dismissed as worthless trash. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow, I've saved something extra special for you. Margaret Whitmore adjusted the rearview mirror of her modest Honda Civic as she pulled into the service entrance of Meadowbrook Country Club, where she had been working as the head of catering operations for the past 18 months. The irony was not lost on her that she spent 40 hours each week ensuring the comfort and satisfaction of the same social circle that had never bothered to learn her name, despite her marriage to Thomas Whitmore 3 years earlier. The position at Meadowbrook had been a strategic choice rather than a career necessity. Margaret possessed a Master of Business Administration from Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management, with concentrations in finance and hospitality management. Her undergraduate degree in economics from the University of Chicago had been earned summa cum laude, followed by 5 years of progressive experience in commercial real estate investment and luxury hospitality operations before her relocation to Connecticut. What made Margaret's situation particularly complex was her deliberate concealment of her professional background from Thomas and his family. During their courtship, she had mentioned working in hospitality management, which his family had interpreted as hotel front desk operations rather than executive-level strategic planning for luxury resort acquisitions and operational optimization. The assumption had been convenient for maintaining privacy while she evaluated the family dynamics that would influence her long-term happiness. Margaret's catering position provided her with comprehensive access to Meadowbrook Country Club's operations, from kitchen management and event coordination to member services and facility maintenance. Her responsibilities included overseeing a staff of 23 employees, managing food and beverage operations that generated over $2 million annually, and coordinating special events that often involved the most prominent families in Fairfield County's social establishment. The professional competence Margaret demonstrated in her role far exceeded the expectations typically associated with catering management positions. She had implemented inventory control systems that reduced food costs by 15% while improving quality standards. Her staff training programs had eliminated turnover and created service excellence that earned consistent praise from members who had no idea their exceptional experiences resulted from sophisticated operational strategies rather than natural hospitality talent. Margaret's business acumen became apparent through her analysis of Meadowbrook's financial operations, which she observed through her involvement in budget planning and vendor negotiations. The club's revenue streams, membership demographics, and operational expenses revealed both strengths and vulnerabilities that could be leveraged through strategic management approaches. Her access to this financial intelligence provided comprehensive understanding of Meadowbrook's market position and competitive dynamics. The most significant discovery Margaret made during her tenure concerned Meadowbrook's ownership structure and the financial pressures affecting the club's long-term sustainability. The facility was owned by a private investment group that had been seeking opportunities to monetize their investment through either operational improvements or strategic sale to qualified buyers. Margaret's hospitality industry connections provided her with insight into similar transactions and the valuation metrics that would influence any potential acquisition. Margaret's educational background included extensive coursework in mergers and acquisitions, corporate finance, and strategic management that proved directly applicable to understanding Meadowbrook's business model and investment potential. Her graduate thesis had focused on operational efficiency improvements in membership-based hospitality organizations, research that provided theoretical framework for evaluating Meadowbrook's performance against industry benchmarks and identifying optimization opportunities. The financial resources Margaret possessed through her previous career achievements and strategic investments remained completely unknown to Thomas and his family. Her compensation from her executive positions in luxury hospitality had been substantial, and her investment portfolio included commercial real estate properties and equity positions in hospitality companies that generated significant passive income. Margaret's net worth exceeded $2 million, a fact that would have dramatically altered family dynamics had it been disclosed. Margaret's investment strategy had focused on hospitality and leisure properties throughout the Northeast Corridor, with particular emphasis on facilities that served affluent demographics and possessed strong market positions. Her portfolio included ownership interests in boutique hotels, conference centers, and recreational facilities that provided both income and strategic intelligence about luxury hospitality market trends and customer expectations. The irony of Margaret's situation was that she spent her professional hours managing operations for a facility that represented exactly the type of investment opportunity she had been seeking to expand her hospitality portfolio. Meadowbrook Country Club possessed the market positioning, facility quality, and membership demographics that aligned with her investment criteria, while also offering the potential for operational improvements that could enhance both member satisfaction and financial performance. Margaret's relationship with Thomas had developed during a period when she was transitioning between executive positions and conducting research on hospitality market opportunities in Connecticut. The geographic location had been strategically chosen to provide access to affluent markets, while maintaining reasonable proximity to New York City, where many of her professional contacts and business relationships were based. The decision to accept the catering position at Meadowbrook had been motivated by multiple strategic considerations beyond immediate income requirements. The role provided operational intelligence about a potential acquisition target, established relationships within the local business community, and created opportunities to demonstrate professional competence should market conditions support a future investment opportunity. Margaret's approach to her work responsibilities reflected the same strategic thinking and operational excellence that had characterized her executive-level positions. She treated every aspect of catering management as opportunities to optimize efficiency, enhance quality, and create exceptional member experiences that would support long-term business sustainability. Her performance consistently exceeded expectations while providing valuable experience in direct facility operations. The staff members who worked under Margaret's supervision recognized her exceptional leadership capabilities and strategic vision, though they assumed her expertise derived from natural talent rather than formal business education and executive experience. Margaret's management style emphasized collaborative problem-solving, continuous improvement, and professional development that created workplace satisfaction and operational excellence. Margaret's analysis of member behavior patterns and preferences provided comprehensive insight into the demographics and psychographics of Meadowbrook's customer base. This market intelligence revealed consumption patterns, service expectations, and loyalty factors that would be essential for strategic planning should investment opportunities arise. Margaret's understanding of member needs extended far beyond food service to encompass comprehensive lifestyle and recreational preferences. The financial analysis Margaret conducted through her access to operational data revealed that Meadowbrook's revenue potential was constrained by conservative management approaches rather than market limitations. The club's pricing strategies, service offerings, and facility utilization patterns suggested significant opportunities for revenue enhancement through strategic modifications that would appeal to existing members while attracting new membership categories. Margaret's observations of Meadowbrook's competitive positioning within the regional luxury hospitality market indicated strengths and vulnerabilities that could be addressed through targeted improvements. The facility possessed excellent physical assets and strong brand recognition, but operational efficiency and service innovation lagged behind emerging competition from newer facilities that offered more comprehensive amenities and sophisticated service approaches. The most valuable intelligence Margaret gained through her position concerned the informal social networks and influence relationships among Meadowbrook's membership. Understanding these social dynamics provided insight into decision-making processes, communication patterns, and leadership structures that would be essential for successful strategic initiatives within the club's community environment. Margaret's professional network in the hospitality industry included relationships with investment bankers, commercial real estate brokers, and private equity professionals who specialized in leisure and hospitality transactions. These connections provided access to market intelligence, financing options, and strategic advice that would prove essential should acquisition opportunities develop at Meadowbrook or similar facilities. The timing of Margaret's position at Meadowbrook coincided with broader market trends that were creating acquisition opportunities in the membership club sector. Economic pressures, demographic changes, and evolving recreational preferences were challenging traditional club models while creating opportunities for innovative operators who could adapt to changing market conditions. Margaret's strategic patience and thorough preparation during her tenure at Meadowbrook established the foundation for potential future opportunities while providing valuable professional experience and market intelligence. Her approach reflected long-term thinking and comprehensive analysis rather than immediate gratification, positioning her to capitalize on circumstances that might arise through market conditions or personal motivations. The family dynamics that surrounded Margaret's marriage to Thomas provided additional complexity to her strategic considerations. The Whitmore family's social prominence within Meadowbrook's membership created both opportunities and constraints that would influence any potential business relationships or investment activities involving the club. Margaret's understanding of these family relationships and social expectations informed her strategic planning, while highlighting the potential for dramatic irony should circumstances ever require her to reveal her true professional capabilities and financial resources. The foundation she had built through careful observation, strategic positioning, and comprehensive preparation would prove invaluable when external pressures eventually compelled decisive action. The professional competence Margaret demonstrated through her catering management responsibilities established credibility within Meadowbrook's operational environment, while concealing the full extent of her strategic capabilities and financial resources. This dual existence as both insider and outsider provided unique advantages that would prove decisive when opportunities for transformational action eventually presented themselves. Margaret's commitment to excellence in her current role, combined with strategic preparation for future opportunities, reflected the disciplined approach and long-term vision that had characterized her previous professional achievements. The foundation she established through patient observation and comprehensive analysis would enable swift and decisive action when circumstances eventually required revelation of her true capabilities and resources. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Margaret Whitmore's position as head of catering operations at Meadowbrook Country Club provided her with unprecedented access to the intimate social dynamics and power structures that governed Connecticut's most exclusive social circle. Her professional responsibilities required her presence at virtually every significant social gathering, from intimate dinner parties to elaborate charity galas, positioning her as an invisible observer of the relationships, rivalries, and influence networks that shaped decisions within this insular community. The weekly ladies' auxiliary luncheons proved particularly revealing in terms of understanding the social hierarchies that determined acceptance and rejection within Meadowbrook's membership. Margaret observed these gatherings from her strategic position, coordinating service staff and managing food presentation, noting the subtle but consistent patterns of inclusion and exclusion that governed conversation participation, seating arrangements, and social acknowledgement among the assembled women. Vivian Whitmore, Margaret's mother-in-law, occupied a position of considerable influence within these social gatherings, serving as chair of the membership committee and wielding significant authority over decisions regarding new member applications and social event planning. Margaret noted that Vivian's opinions carried substantial weight in discussions ranging from club policies to community charitable activities, establishing her as a central figure whose approval or disapproval could significantly impact other members' social standing. The conversations Margaret overheard during these luncheons revealed the underlying anxieties and competitive pressures that motivated much of the social behavior within Meadowbrook's membership. Despite their apparent wealth and social security, many members expressed concerns about maintaining their positions within the community hierarchy, preserving their family legacies, and ensuring their children would inherit appropriate social advantages through continued club membership and community acceptance. Margaret's analysis of these social dynamics revealed that much of the apparent confidence and superiority displayed by club members masked deeper insecurities about their actual financial stability and social relevance in an evolving economic landscape. The conversations she observed often focused on strategies for preserving wealth, maintaining social prominence, and adapting to generational changes that threaten traditional power structures and social assumptions. The charitable fundraising activities that constituted a significant portion of Meadowbrook's social calendar provided Margaret with insight into both the philanthropic motivations and competitive dynamics that drove member participation. She observed that charitable giving often served dual purposes of community service and social positioning, with donation amounts and committee leadership roles functioning as indicators of financial capability and social commitment. Margaret's catering responsibilities for these charitable events required coordination with external vendors, venue management, and logistics planning that revealed the actual costs and profit margins associated with club operations. Her analysis of these financial details provided comprehensive understanding of Meadowbrook's revenue streams and operational efficiency, information that proved invaluable for evaluating the club's investment potential and competitive positioning. The holiday celebrations and seasonal social events that punctuated Meadowbrook's calendar provided Margaret with opportunities to observe extended family dynamics and generational relationships within the membership community. These gatherings revealed patterns of inheritance planning, family business succession, and intergenerational wealth transfer that influenced long-term club membership trends and financial stability. Margaret noted that many of Meadowbrook's most prominent families were experiencing transitions related to aging patriarchs and matriarchs, changing family structures, and evolving priorities among younger generations who were less committed to traditional social institutions. These generational shifts created both challenges and opportunities for club management, as established revenue sources faced potential disruption while new market segments remained largely untapped. The business discussions that occurred during informal social gatherings provided Margaret with intelligence about the professional activities and financial circumstances of club members. She learned about real estate transactions, investment strategies, business partnerships, and career developments that shaped the economic foundation supporting Meadowbrook's membership base and their capacity for continued financial commitment to club activities. Margaret's observations revealed that several prominent member families were facing financial pressures related to economic changes, business challenges, or generational wealth distribution issues that could affect their long-term ability to maintain expensive club memberships. This intelligence provided valuable context for understanding potential vulnerabilities in Meadowbrook's revenue base and membership retention challenges. The political discussions and community advocacy activities that emerged during social gatherings revealed the broader influence networks that connected Meadowbrook's membership to local government, regional business communities, and statewide political organizations. Margaret understood that club membership provided access to informal power structures that extended far beyond recreational activities to encompass significant economic and political influence. Margaret's professional background in hospitality management enabled her to recognize optimization opportunities within Meadowbrook's event planning and service delivery processes that could enhance member satisfaction while improving operational efficiency. She identified specific areas where technological improvements, process modifications, or service enhancements could create competitive advantages and support membership growth initiatives. The vendor relationships and supplier contracts that Margaret managed through her catering responsibilities provided insight into Meadowbrook's procurement processes and cost management strategies. Her analysis revealed opportunities for improved vendor negotiations, alternative sourcing arrangements, and supply chain optimizations that could reduce operational costs while maintaining or improving service quality standards. Margaret's interactions with club staff at all levels provided comprehensive understanding of organizational culture, employee satisfaction, and operational challenges that affected service quality and member experiences. She identified training opportunities, compensation adjustments, and management improvements that could enhance staff performance while reducing turnover costs and service inconsistencies. The facility maintenance and capital improvement discussions that occurred during board meetings and committee sessions revealed Meadowbrook's physical infrastructure needs and investment priorities. Margaret's evaluation of these requirements provided insight into the club's long-term sustainability challenges and the capital investments that would be necessary to maintain competitive positioning in the luxury hospitality market. Margaret's analysis of member utilization patterns and service preferences revealed opportunities for new revenue streams and enhanced service offerings that could appeal to evolving member needs while attracting potential new membership categories. Her understanding of hospitality industry trends enabled identification of innovative services and amenities that could differentiate Meadowbrook from competing facilities. The insurance discussions and risk management activities that Margaret encountered through her operational responsibilities provided understanding of Meadowbrook's liability exposure and financial protection strategies. This intelligence informed her evaluation of potential acquisition risks and the insurance considerations that would be necessary for any strategic investment in club operations. Margaret's observations of technology adoption and digital service integration within Meadowbrook's operations revealed both opportunities for modernization and resistance to change among traditional members. Her assessment of technology needs and implementation challenges provided valuable context for planning strategic improvements that would balance innovation with member preferences and operational requirements. The seasonal staffing challenges and labor management issues that Margaret addressed through her catering operations provided comprehensive understanding of Meadowbrook's human resource needs and employment market dynamics. Her analysis of staffing patterns, compensation structures, and recruitment strategies revealed optimization opportunities that could improve service quality while managing labor costs effectively. Margaret's coordination with external event planners and service providers created relationships throughout the regional luxury hospitality industry that provided market intelligence and professional networking opportunities. These connections offered potential partnerships, vendor alternatives, and industry expertise that could prove valuable for strategic planning and operational improvements. The security considerations and privacy protection measures that governed club operations provided Margaret with understanding of the confidentiality expectations and discretion requirements that characterized Meadowbrook's service culture. Her awareness of these standards informed her strategic planning, while ensuring that any future business activities would maintain appropriate professional boundaries and ethical standards. Margaret's documentation of social patterns, financial intelligence, and operational insights occurred through careful observation and memory retention rather than formal record-keeping that could compromise professional boundaries or member privacy. Her systematic approach to intelligence gathering reflected strategic thinking and professional discipline that would prove essential for effective decision-making when opportunities for action eventually arose. The competitive analysis that Margaret conducted through her industry connections and market observation revealed Meadowbrook's positioning relative to alternative club facilities and luxury hospitality options throughout the region. Her assessment of competitive strengths and vulnerabilities provided strategic context for understanding market dynamics and investment opportunities within the membership club sector. Margaret's evaluation of Meadowbrook's brand reputation and market perception through member feedback and industry intelligence revealed both assets and challenges that would influence any potential strategic initiatives. Her understanding of brand value and market positioning provided foundation for strategic planning that would leverage existing strengths while addressing competitive disadvantages. The regulatory compliance and industry standard requirements that governed club operations provided Margaret with comprehensive understanding of legal obligations and operational constraints that would affect strategic planning and investment decisions. Her awareness of regulatory frameworks ensured that potential initiatives would meet all applicable requirements while maximizing operational flexibility and strategic options. Margaret's strategic patience and systematic intelligence gathering during her tenure at Meadowbrook established comprehensive foundation for potential future action, while maintaining professional excellence and ethical boundaries. Her approach reflected long-term thinking and strategic preparation that would enable swift and informed decision-making when circumstances eventually required decisive intervention in family dynamics and social relationships. Margaret Whitmore's access to Meadowbrook Country Club's operational documents through her catering management responsibilities provided her with comprehensive insight into the facility's financial structure and investment potential. Her review of quarterly budget reports, vendor contracts, and membership revenue data revealed a complex financial landscape that presented both significant opportunities and underlying vulnerabilities that could be leveraged through strategic intervention. The discovery that proved most significant occurred during Margaret's routine review of catering budget allocations, when she noticed discrepancies between projected membership revenue and actual collections that suggested deeper financial challenges within Meadowbrook's operations. Her investigation into these variances led to examination of broader financial documents that revealed the club's ownership structure and the investment pressures affecting long-term strategic planning. Meadowbrook Country Club operated under ownership by Sterling Holdings, a private investment consortium based in Greenwich that specialized in luxury hospitality and recreational properties throughout the Northeast Corridor. Margaret's research into Sterling Holdings revealed that the investment group had acquired Meadowbrook 7 years earlier as part of a portfolio expansion strategy but recent market conditions had prompted reconsideration of their hospitality investments and exploration of exit opportunities. The financial analysis Margaret conducted using her access to operational data indicated that Meadowbrook generated approximately $4 million in annual revenue through membership fees, dining operations, event hosting, and recreational services. However, the facility's operating expenses, including staff compensation, maintenance costs, insurance requirements, and debt service obligations, consumed nearly 85% of gross revenue, leaving minimal cash flow for capital improvements or investor distributions. Margaret's examination of Meadowbrook's membership demographics revealed concerning trends that threatened long-term financial sustainability. The average member age had increased to 58 years over the past decade, while new membership applications had declined by 30% during the same period. Younger demographic segments that represented the future of club membership showed limited interest in traditional country club amenities and were attracted to alternative recreational facilities that offered more diverse activities and flexible membership options. The debt structure supporting Meadowbrook's operations included a primary mortgage of $12 million secured by the property and facilities, along with secondary financing arrangements totaling $3 million that supported recent capital improvements and operational working capital requirements. The debt service obligations represented a significant fixed cost that constrained operational flexibility and required consistent revenue generation to maintain financial stability. Margaret's analysis of comparative market data from similar facilities throughout the region revealed that Meadowbrook's financial performance lagged behind industry benchmarks in several critical areas. Revenue per member, facility utilization rates, and profit margins all indicated opportunities for improvement through strategic management changes and operational optimization initiatives that could enhance both financial performance and competitive positioning. The vendor contract analysis Margaret performed through her catering responsibilities revealed numerous opportunities for cost reduction and operational efficiency improvements that could significantly impact Meadowbrook's profit margins. Food service contracts, maintenance agreements, and professional service arrangements appeared to reflect historical relationships rather than competitive market pricing, suggesting potential savings through strategic procurement optimization. Margaret's investigation into Sterling Holdings' broader investment portfolio revealed that the parent company was facing pressure from their own investors to improve returns on hospitality investments and had initiated strategic reviews of underperforming properties. Meadowbrook's financial performance positioned it as a potential divestiture candidate, creating acquisition opportunities for qualified buyers who could demonstrate superior operational capabilities and financial resources. The capital improvement requirements that Margaret identified through her operational observations indicated that Meadowbrook would require substantial investments over the next 5 years to maintain competitive facilities and attract new membership demographics. Kitchen equipment upgrades, dining room renovations, recreational facility enhancements, and technology infrastructure improvements would collectively require approximately $2 million in capital expenditures. Margaret's assessment of Meadowbrook's competitive positioning revealed both strengths and vulnerabilities that would influence valuation discussions and strategic planning for potential acquisition scenarios. The facility's prime location, established brand recognition, and loyal core membership represented valuable assets, while operational inefficiencies, demographic challenges, and deferred maintenance created investment requirements that could be addressed through strategic management. The regulatory environment affecting country club operations provided additional context for Margaret's financial analysis. Recent changes in tax legislation, employment regulations, and environmental compliance requirements had increased operational costs while creating administrative burdens that challenged traditional club management approaches. These regulatory pressures contributed to industry consolidation trends that created acquisition opportunities for operators with sophisticated management capabilities. Margaret's evaluation of potential financing alternatives for Meadowbrook acquisition revealed multiple pathways that could support strategic investment initiatives. Her existing relationships with commercial lenders, private equity firms, and hospitality industry investors provided access to capital structures that could optimize acquisition financing while supporting operational improvements and strategic growth initiatives. The due diligence research Margaret conducted through publicly available records and industry intelligence sources confirmed her assessment of Sterling Holdings' investment priorities and timeline expectations. The parent company's quarterly reports and investor communications indicated preference for liquidity over long-term asset appreciation, suggesting willingness to consider acquisition proposals that provided reasonable returns within acceptable timeframe parameters. Margaret's analysis of Meadowbrook's intellectual property assets, including brand recognition, member databases, and operational systems, revealed additional value components that could justify acquisition premiums while providing strategic advantages for expanded hospitality operations. The club's reputation and member relationships represented intangible assets that extended beyond physical property values. The insurance and risk management analysis that Margaret performed through her operational responsibilities revealed both protective measures and potential exposures that would affect acquisition planning and operational strategies. Comprehensive liability coverage, property insurance, and specialized hospitality policies provided protection while creating ongoing expense obligations that required careful management and periodic optimization. Margaret's investigation into local zoning regulations and development restrictions affecting Meadowbrook's property revealed both constraints and opportunities that could influence long-term strategic planning and asset valuation. The facility's zoning classifications permitted expanded recreational uses and potential residential development that could enhance property values through strategic master planning initiatives. The staffing analysis Margaret conducted through her management responsibilities revealed human capital strengths and development needs that would affect operational transition planning and cost management strategies. The experienced service staff represented valuable assets, while management infrastructure required enhancements to support strategic growth objectives and operational optimization initiatives. Margaret's evaluation of technology systems and infrastructure capabilities indicated significant modernization opportunities that could improve operational efficiency while enhancing member experiences and attracting younger demographic segments. Point-of-sale systems, membership management platforms, and communication technologies required upgrades that would support strategic positioning and competitive differentiation. The seasonal operating pattern analysis that Margaret performed revealed revenue concentration risks and operational challenges that created both financial vulnerabilities and optimization opportunities. Peak season performance subsidized lower activity periods, while year-round operational costs remained relatively fixed, suggesting potential for improved resource allocation and activity programming. Margaret's assessment of partnership and alliance opportunities within the regional hospitality industry revealed potential synergies that could enhance Meadowbrook's competitive positioning while reducing operational costs through shared resources and collaborative marketing initiatives. Strategic partnerships with complementary facilities could create enhanced member value while improving operational efficiency. The exit strategy evaluation that Margaret conducted for Sterling Holdings revealed multiple scenarios that could create acquisition opportunities under favorable terms and conditions. The parent company's financial pressures and strategic priorities suggested willingness to negotiate transaction structures that balanced immediate liquidity needs with reasonable valuation expectations. Margaret's comprehensive financial analysis established that Meadowbrook represented an attractive investment opportunity for qualified buyers who possessed hospitality management expertise and sufficient capital resources to address operational challenges while implementing strategic improvements. The combination of valuable physical assets, established market position, and optimization potential created conditions for successful acquisition and operational transformation. The valuation methodology Margaret employed through her financial analysis incorporated both asset-based and income-based approaches that reflected industry standards while accounting for Meadowbrook's specific circumstances and strategic potential. Her calculations indicated acquisition price ranges that would provide reasonable returns while supporting necessary capital investments and operational improvements. Margaret's strategic planning for potential acquisition scenarios included comprehensive implementation timelines, resource requirements, and performance objectives that would guide successful ownership transition and operational transformation. Her detailed preparation reflected professional competence and strategic thinking that would prove essential when opportunities for decisive action eventually materialized. The financing structure Margaret developed through her analysis provided multiple options for acquisition funding that balanced cost of capital considerations with operational flexibility requirements. Her access to both debt and equity financing alternatives positioned her to move quickly when market conditions and personal circumstances aligned to create optimal acquisition timing. Margaret's thorough analysis of Meadowbrook's financial architecture and investment potential established the foundation for strategic action while demonstrating exceptional analytical capabilities and business acumen that remained invisible to family members and club associates who continued to underestimate her professional competence and strategic resources. Margaret Whitmore's position within Meadowbrook Country Club provided her with unprecedented access to the private conversations and strategic planning discussions that revealed the true extent of her in-laws, social ambitions, and financial circumstances. Through her catering management responsibilities, she regularly overheard confidential family business discussions, social positioning strategies, and financial planning conversations that occurred when family members assumed they possessed complete privacy within their trusted social environment. The most revealing intelligence emerged during the monthly Whitmore family gatherings that took place in Meadowbrook's private dining rooms, where 3 generations of family members convened to discuss business ventures, inheritance planning, and social strategy coordination. Margaret's supervision of catering services for these intimate family meetings positioned her to observe the power dynamics, financial pressures, and strategic priorities that governed family decision-making processes. Vivian Whitmore's role as family matriarch extended far beyond social positioning to encompass comprehensive oversight of family wealth management, business investment strategies, and intergenerational asset transfer planning. Margaret discovered that Vivian controlled significant family trust funds, real estate investments, and business partnerships that generated the financial resources supporting the family's affluent lifestyle and social prominence within Connecticut's exclusive communities. The financial intelligence Margaret gathered through observation of family business discussions revealed that the Whitmore family wealth, while substantial by conventional standards, faced increasing pressure from market volatility, changing investment returns, and rising costs associated with maintaining their social status and multiple property holdings. The family's financial advisors had recommended cost reduction strategies and investment diversification approaches to preserve long-term wealth sustainability. Margaret's analysis of family investment strategies revealed heavy concentration in traditional asset classes, including residential real estate, municipal bonds, and established manufacturing businesses that generated steady but modest returns. The family's conservative investment approach reflected risk aversion that prioritized capital preservation over growth potential, creating vulnerability to inflation pressures and opportunity costs associated with more dynamic investment alternatives. The social positioning expenses that Margaret observed through family discussions represented a significant ongoing financial commitment that required careful budget management and strategic planning. Meadowbrook Country Club membership fees, charitable contribution obligations, private school tuition payments, and luxury lifestyle maintenance costs collectively consumed substantial portions of family income while creating expectations for continued financial performance. Margaret's observation of generational wealth transfer discussions revealed complex family dynamics surrounding inheritance planning and business succession strategies. Vivian's control over family financial resources created dependencies among adult children who had built lifestyle expectations around inherited wealth rather than independent income generation, establishing power relationships that influenced family decision-making processes. The business venture evaluations that Margaret overheard during family planning sessions indicated that the Whitmores were actively seeking investment opportunities that could enhance returns while maintaining their conservative risk profile. Family members discussed real estate development projects, business acquisition possibilities, and strategic partnership opportunities that could diversify their investment portfolio while generating improved financial performance. Margaret's analysis of family spending patterns revealed both areas of financial strength and potential vulnerabilities that could affect long-term sustainability of their affluent lifestyle. While the family possessed substantial assets, their expense structure included fixed commitments and discretionary spending categories that required consistent income generation to maintain without asset liquidation or lifestyle modification. The social obligation management that Margaret observed through family discussions encompassed charitable fundraising commitments, community leadership responsibilities, and reciprocal entertainment obligations that represented both opportunities for influence building and ongoing financial requirements. These social investments created networks of mutual obligation and support, while generating costs that required strategic budgeting and performance measurement. Margaret's intelligence gathering revealed that Thomas Whitmore's individual financial position remained largely dependent on family wealth rather than personal income generation through his marketing consulting practice. His professional activities provided modest income supplementation, while the majority of his financial security derived from family trust distributions and expected inheritance arrangements that maintained his affluent lifestyle. The family real estate portfolio analysis that Margaret conducted through overheard discussions indicated ownership of multiple residential properties, commercial real estate investments, and undeveloped land holdings throughout Connecticut and neighboring states. While these assets represented substantial value, they also generated ongoing maintenance costs, property tax obligations, and management requirements that affected overall portfolio returns. Margaret's observation of family investment committee discussions revealed decision-making processes that emphasized consensus building and risk minimization rather than aggressive growth strategies or innovative investment approaches. The committee structure included external financial advisors whose recommendations focused on capital preservation and steady income generation rather than wealth accumulation or strategic asset optimization. The insurance and risk management strategies that Margaret learned about through family discussions included comprehensive liability protection, estate planning vehicles, and asset protection mechanisms designed to preserve wealth across generational transitions. These protective measures represented both prudent financial planning and significant ongoing costs that affected net investment returns and available cash flow. Margaret's analysis of family business relationships revealed extensive networks of professional service providers, including attorneys, accountants, investment advisors, and business consultants, who supported various aspects of wealth management and strategic planning. These professional relationships represented both valuable resources and ongoing expense obligations that influenced family financial planning decisions. The charitable foundation management that Margaret observed through family discussions encompassed both genuine philanthropic interests and strategic tax planning objectives that provided benefits while supporting community causes. The foundation's asset management and distribution strategies reflected sophisticated financial planning that balanced charitable objectives with family financial interests. Margaret's intelligence regarding family vacation properties and luxury asset holdings revealed significant lifestyle investments that provided personal satisfaction while representing substantial ongoing costs for maintenance, insurance, and operational management. These discretionary assets reflected family values and preferences while creating financial obligations that required careful budget management. The education funding strategies that Margaret learned about through family discussions encompassed private school tuition, college expense planning, and graduate degree financing for current and future generations. These educational investments represented both family values regarding intellectual development and substantial financial commitments that affected overall budget allocation and long-term financial planning. Margaret's observation of family emergency planning discussions revealed both financial preparedness strategies and potential vulnerability scenarios that could affect family wealth preservation. The discussions encompassed economic recession preparation, healthcare cost planning, and asset protection mechanisms designed to maintain financial security during challenging circumstances. The business partnership evaluations that Margaret overheard during family meetings indicated active exploration of collaborative investment opportunities with other affluent families and professional investors. These partnership discussions revealed both networking capabilities and the family's recognition that collaborative approaches could provide access to larger investment opportunities while sharing risks and expertise. Margaret's analysis of family spending prioritization revealed decision-making processes that balanced maintaining social status with financial prudence, reflecting ongoing tension between lifestyle expectations and budget constraints. The family's approach to expense management indicated sophisticated understanding of their financial position while acknowledging the costs associated with preserving their social prominence. The investment performance monitoring that Margaret observed through family discussions indicated systematic tracking of portfolio returns, asset appreciation, and income generation that informed strategic planning decisions. The family's analytical approach to investment management reflected financial sophistication, while revealing areas where improved performance could enhance overall wealth accumulation. Margaret's intelligence gathering regarding family business interests revealed ownership stakes in several regional companies, including manufacturing operations, commercial real estate ventures, and professional service firms that generated both income and strategic networking opportunities. These business relationships provided diversification while creating management responsibilities and decision-making obligations. The estate planning strategies that Margaret learned about through family discussions encompassed sophisticated wealth transfer mechanisms, tax optimization approaches, and asset protection vehicles designed to preserve family wealth across generational transitions. These planning strategies reflected both financial sophistication and recognition of the complex challenges associated with maintaining affluent lifestyles over extended time periods. Margaret's observation of family financial advisory relationships revealed reliance on external professional expertise for strategic planning, investment management, and tax optimization strategies. These professional relationships provided valuable guidance while creating expense obligations and dependencies that influenced family financial decision-making autonomy. The market timing strategies that Margaret observed through family investment discussions revealed conservative approaches to asset allocation that prioritized stability over aggressive growth potential. The family's market philosophy reflected risk aversion that limited both potential losses and growth opportunities while maintaining steady income generation capabilities. Margaret's comprehensive intelligence regarding family financial circumstances, investment strategies, and social positioning requirements established thorough understanding of the resources, constraints, and priorities that shaped Whitmore family decision-making processes. This strategic intelligence would prove invaluable when circumstances eventually required her to leverage this knowledge for tactical advantage in addressing family relationship challenges and social positioning conflicts. Margaret Whitmore's comprehensive analysis of Meadowbrook Country Club's operational challenges and investment potential culminated in the development of sophisticated strategic solutions that would transform the facility into a premier hospitality destination while generating substantial returns on investment. Her detailed planning process integrated financial modeling, operational optimization strategies, and competitive positioning initiatives that addressed both immediate performance improvements and long-term market leadership objectives. The operational transformation strategy that Margaret developed focused on modernizing service delivery systems while preserving the traditional elegance and exclusivity that defined Meadowbrook's brand identity. Her approach incorporated technology upgrades that would streamline administrative processes, enhance member communication capabilities, and improve facility management efficiency without compromising the personalized service standards that distinguished luxury club environments from commercial hospitality operations. Margaret's revenue optimization plan identified multiple income stream diversification opportunities that could increase total facility earnings by approximately 40% within 18 months of implementation. These revenue enhancements included expanded event hosting capabilities, premium service offerings, corporate partnership programs, and specialized membership categories that would appeal to younger demographic segments while maintaining existing member satisfaction levels. The facility enhancement program that Margaret designed addressed deferred maintenance requirements while incorporating strategic upgrades that would position Meadowbrook as the premier country club destination throughout the Connecticut region. Her capital improvement plan prioritized projects that would deliver both immediate member satisfaction benefits and long-term competitive advantages through enhanced amenities and modernized infrastructure systems. Margaret's membership development strategy addressed the demographic challenges that threatened Meadowbrook's long-term sustainability by creating innovative membership options and targeted marketing initiatives that would attract professional families, corporate executives, and affluent retirees who valued exclusive recreational environments. Her approach balanced tradition preservation with strategic adaptation to evolving market preferences and lifestyle requirements. The staffing optimization plan that Margaret developed leveraged her understanding of hospitality industry best practices to enhance service quality while improving operational efficiency and cost management. Her human resource strategy included professional development programs, performance incentive systems, and retention initiatives that would create exceptional staff capabilities while reducing turnover costs and maintaining service consistency. Margaret's competitive positioning analysis identified specific market advantages that Meadowbrook could develop through strategic investments in recreational facilities, dining experiences, and member services that would differentiate the club from alternative facilities throughout the region. Her differentiation strategy emphasized unique value propositions that would justify premium membership fees while attracting new members who prioritized exclusive access and exceptional experiences. The financial restructuring plan that Margaret created addressed Meadowbrook's debt obligations while establishing sustainable capital structures that would support strategic growth initiatives. Her financing strategy incorporated refinancing opportunities, investment partnership possibilities, and cash flow optimization approaches that would improve profitability while funding necessary improvements and expansion projects. Margaret's technology integration roadmap outlined systematic implementation of digital systems that would modernize club operations while enhancing member experiences through convenient access to services, facilities, and information. Her technology strategy balanced innovation adoption with user-friendly interfaces that would appeal to members across different age groups and technological comfort levels. The partnership development program that Margaret designed leveraged her hospitality industry network to create strategic alliances with complementary service providers, recreational facilities, and luxury brands that could enhance member benefits while generating additional revenue streams. These partnership opportunities included reciprocal access agreements, preferred service arrangements, and exclusive member benefits that would increase membership value propositions. Margaret's marketing and brand enhancement strategy positioned Meadowbrook as the definitive luxury club experience for discerning individuals who appreciated both traditional excellence and contemporary sophistication. Her branding approach emphasized heritage preservation while incorporating modern elements that would appeal to evolving market preferences and lifestyle expectations. The event programming expansion that Margaret planned would transform Meadowbrook into a premier destination for corporate retreats, social celebrations, and community gatherings that would generate substantial revenue while showcasing club capabilities to potential members and strategic partners. Her event strategy balanced exclusive member activities with carefully selected external events that would enhance club reputation and financial performance. Margaret's sustainability initiative incorporated environmental responsibility programs and resource conservation measures that would reduce operational costs while appealing to environmentally conscious members and community stakeholders. Her sustainability strategy addressed energy efficiency improvements, waste reduction programs, and landscape management practices that would demonstrate corporate responsibility while improving cost management. The quality assurance framework that Margaret developed established systematic monitoring and improvement processes that would maintain exceptional service standards while identifying optimization opportunities through member feedback analysis and performance measurement systems. Her quality management approach emphasized continuous improvement and proactive problem resolution that would enhance member satisfaction while preventing service failures. Margaret's risk management strategy addressed potential challenges associated with economic fluctuations, competitive pressures, and operational disruptions through comprehensive contingency planning and protective measures. Her risk mitigation approach included insurance optimization, financial reserve management, and crisis response protocols that would maintain operational stability during challenging circumstances. The community engagement program that Margaret designed would strengthen Meadowbrook's relationships with local organizations, charitable causes, and civic initiatives that would enhance club reputation while providing meaningful member involvement opportunities. Her community strategy balanced social responsibility with strategic networking that would benefit both club interests and community development objectives. Margaret's performance measurement system established comprehensive metrics and reporting procedures that would track strategic initiative effectiveness while providing management information for ongoing optimization decisions. Her measurement approach integrated financial performance indicators with operational efficiency metrics and member satisfaction assessments that would guide strategic planning and tactical adjustments. The acquisition financing strategy that Margaret developed leveraged her personal financial resources and industry relationships to structure transaction terms that would minimize capital requirements while maximizing strategic flexibility. Her financing approach incorporated debt optimization, equity participation, and partnership possibilities that would support both acquisition completion and strategic implementation objectives. Margaret's due diligence preparation included comprehensive documentation of financial analyses, operational assessments, and strategic planning materials that would demonstrate acquisition readiness to sellers while supporting efficient transaction completion. Her preparation reflected professional competence and strategic thinking that would facilitate successful negotiation and implementation processes. The transition management plan that Margaret created addressed ownership transfer requirements, operational continuity protocols, and stakeholder communication strategies that would ensure smooth acquisition completion without disrupting member services or staff operations. Her transition approach balanced strategic change implementation with operational stability maintenance during the critical initial ownership period. Margaret's long-term vision for Meadowbrook encompassed expansion possibilities, market leadership objectives, and legacy value creation that would establish the facility as the premier country club destination throughout the Northeast Corridor. Her vision integrated financial success with community impact and member satisfaction that would create sustainable competitive advantages and long-term asset appreciation. The intellectual property development strategy that Margaret planned would create proprietary service systems, operational methodologies, and brand elements that could be replicated at other facilities while maintaining Meadowbrook's unique character and market position. Her intellectual property approach emphasized innovation creation that would generate additional revenue opportunities while protecting competitive advantages. Margaret's strategic timeline established implementation phases and milestone objectives that would guide systematic transformation while maintaining operational effectiveness and member satisfaction throughout the change process. Her timeline balanced strategic urgency with practical implementation requirements that would ensure successful achievement of transformation objectives without compromising service quality or financial performance. The comprehensive strategic blueprint that Margaret developed represented months of detailed analysis, creative problem-solving, and innovative thinking that transformed her initial observations into actionable plans capable of revolutionizing Meadowbrook's competitive position and financial performance. Her strategic preparation demonstrated exceptional business acumen and professional competence that would prove decisive when circumstances eventually provided opportunities for implementation. Margaret's thorough preparation established her readiness to execute sophisticated acquisition and transformation strategies that would leverage her unique combination of industry expertise, financial resources, and operational intelligence. Her strategic foundation positioned her to respond decisively when market conditions and personal circumstances aligned to create optimal timing for dramatic action that would demonstrate her true capabilities while achieving both business objectives and personal vindication. The annual Whitmore Family Thanksgiving celebration at Meadowbrook Country Club represented the pinnacle of the family's social calendar, a carefully orchestrated gathering that showcased their prominence within Connecticut's exclusive community while reinforcing traditional hierarchies and social expectations. Margaret Whitmore had coordinated the catering arrangements for this elaborate family dinner with meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that every aspect of the celebration would meet the exacting standards that Vivian Whitmore demanded for such significant family occasions. The private dining room that hosted the Thanksgiving gathering featured crystal chandeliers, antique furnishings, and panoramic views of Meadowbrook's perfectly manicured grounds, creating an atmosphere of refined elegance that reflected the family's social aspirations and established their position within the club's membership hierarchy. Margaret had personally supervised the table arrangements, menu selection, and service protocols to guarantee that the celebration would proceed flawlessly, despite the complex family dynamics that characterized these formal gatherings. 27 family members assembled for the Thanksgiving dinner, representing 3 generations of Whitmores and their carefully selected social connections, who had been granted the privilege of inclusion in this exclusive family celebration. Margaret observed the seating arrangements that Vivian had orchestrated to reflect family status and social prominence, positioning herself and Thomas at the periphery of the gathering, while ensuring that more established family members occupied positions of honor near the table's center. The conversation that dominated the early phases of the dinner focused on family business achievements, social accomplishments, and community recognition that various family members had earned during the preceding year. Margaret listened attentively as relatives shared updates about charitable board appointments, professional advancement, and social events that demonstrated their continued relevance within Connecticut's affluent circles. Vivian Whitmore commanded attention throughout the gathering with stories about her recent election as chairwoman of the Regional Arts Foundation, her leadership role in organizing the annual charity gala that raised substantial funds for local cultural institutions, and her successful coordination of family investment strategies that had preserved wealth despite challenging market conditions. Her narratives established her authority within the family hierarchy while reinforcing her expectations for continued deference from younger family members. The discussion of family traditions and social obligations that emerged during the meal included detailed planning for upcoming holiday celebrations, summer residence arrangements, and charitable commitment coordination that would maintain the family's visibility within their social network. Margaret noted the substantial financial commitments these activities represented, while observing the casual assumption that all family members would participate, regardless of their individual circumstances or preferences. The conversation that would ultimately transform Margaret's relationship with the Whitmore family began when Vivian addressed the topic of family membership standards and social representation within their exclusive community circles. Her comments initially focused on general principles of behavior and appearance that she considered essential for maintaining family reputation and social standing within organizations like Meadowbrook Country Club. Margaret's contribution to the dinner conversation had been limited to polite acknowledgement and supportive comments that reflected her understanding of appropriate behavior during formal family gatherings. She had learned through previous experiences that extensive participation in family discussions was discouraged, particularly when conversations addressed sensitive topics related to family business or social positioning strategies. The escalation that led to the catalytic confrontation began when Vivian shifted her attention to specific family members whose behavior or circumstances she considered problematic for overall family reputation. Her critique initially addressed minor issues related to social etiquette and professional appearance before expanding to encompass broader concerns about family standards and expectations for social representation. Thomas attempted to redirect the conversation toward more neutral topics when he recognized that his mother's comments were becoming increasingly pointed and critical. However, Vivian's determination to address what she perceived as family reputation risks prevented successful topic transition and created mounting tension throughout the dining room, as other family members recognized the developing confrontation. The moment that would forever alter family dynamics occurred when Vivian directly addressed Margaret's presence at family gatherings and her perceived impact on family social standing within their exclusive community circles. Her initial comments focused on Margaret's professional background and educational credentials, which Vivian characterized as inadequate for someone married into a family with established social prominence and business success. Margaret maintained composure and respectful attention as Vivian's critique expanded to encompass her clothing choices, conversational contributions, and general deportment during family social events. The other family members present at the gathering exhibited varying degrees of discomfort as the confrontation intensified, but none attempted to intervene or redirect the conversation, despite the obvious distress it was causing. The confrontation reached its climax when Vivian declared that Margaret's presence at family gatherings had become an embarrassment that threatened the family's social standing within their exclusive community. She specifically cited Margaret's employment in service industries as evidence of her unsuitable background for inclusion in family celebrations that were attended by prominent community members and business associates. Vivian's pronouncement that Margaret would no longer be welcome at family Thanksgiving celebrations or other significant social gatherings represented not merely personal rejection, but systematic exclusion from the family structure and social network that had defined Margaret's identity within her marriage. The declaration was delivered with calculated precision that demonstrated Vivian's intention to establish permanent boundaries and hierarchical relationships. The specific language that Vivian employed during her pronouncement included references to Margaret being, quote, too common for inclusion in family celebrations that were attended by individuals of established social prominence and professional achievement. She characterized Margaret's background as fundamentally incompatible with family standards and expectations for social representation within their exclusive community circles. The silence that followed Vivian's declaration encompassed not only immediate family members, but also the broader social connections who had been included in the Thanksgiving celebration. Margaret recognized that the public nature of the humiliation had been deliberately calculated to ensure maximum impact and to prevent any possibility of private reconciliation or face-saving measures. Thomas's response to his mother's declaration demonstrated the conflict between family loyalty and marital commitment that would characterize his position throughout the subsequent developments. His attempts to moderate the confrontation while avoiding direct challenge to his mother's authority reflected the complex power dynamics that governed family relationships and his dependence on family financial resources. Margaret's immediate reaction to the confrontation demonstrated the emotional control and strategic thinking that had characterized her professional career and personal development. Rather than responding with anger or defensive arguments, she acknowledged Vivian's declaration with dignity and grace while internally processing the implications for her strategic planning and future decision-making. The other family members present during the confrontation exhibited responses that ranged from obvious discomfort to tacit agreement with Vivian's assessment, revealing the social dynamics and hierarchical assumptions that governed family relationships. None of the assembled relatives attempted to defend Margaret or challenge Vivian's authority, despite the obvious cruelty of the public humiliation. Margaret's departure from the Thanksgiving gathering was conducted with the same professional composure that had characterized her response to the confrontation itself. She gathered her personal belongings, thanked the catering staff for their excellent service, and left the private dining room without creating additional drama or emotional displays that might have provided further justification for Vivian's characterization. The drive home from Meadowbrook Country Club provided Margaret with opportunity to process the emotional impact of the confrontation, while simultaneously evaluating the strategic implications for her carefully developed acquisition plans. The public humiliation had fundamentally altered her relationship with the Whitmore family while potentially creating optimal conditions for implementing the strategic initiatives she had spent months preparing. Margaret's analysis of the confrontation's implications revealed that Vivian's declaration had effectively released her from family loyalty constraints that might have prevented aggressive pursuit of her business objectives. The systematic exclusion from family celebrations and social gatherings eliminated potential conflicts between personal relationships and strategic business interests that could have complicated acquisition planning. The timing of the confrontation coincided with Margaret's completion of comprehensive strategic planning and financial preparation for potential Meadowbrook acquisition, creating convergence between personal motivation and business opportunity that would enable decisive action. The emotional catalyst provided clear justification for pursuing strategic initiatives that might previously have been constrained by family relationship considerations. Margaret's strategic response to the confrontation would demonstrate the transformation of personal humiliation into professional opportunity through the application of sophisticated business planning and strategic execution. The catalyst moment had revealed both the family's fundamental disrespect for her capabilities and the optimal timing for demonstrating her true professional competence and financial resources. The confrontation's aftermath established clear battle lines and strategic objectives that would guide Margaret's subsequent actions while eliminating ambiguity about family loyalties and relationship priorities. Vivian's declaration had unwittingly created the precise conditions necessary for Margaret to pursue aggressive strategic initiatives without concern for family relationship preservation or social harmony maintenance. Margaret's preparation for strategic implementation had positioned her to respond to the catalyst moment with decisive action that would leverage months of careful planning and resource preparation. The confrontation had provided both emotional motivation and practical justification for revealing her true capabilities while pursuing business objectives that would demonstrate her actual worth and professional competence. Margaret Whitmore arrived at her home office at 5:30 in the morning following the Thanksgiving confrontation, her mind crystallized with strategic clarity that transformed months of careful preparation into decisive action planning. The emotional impact of Vivian's public humiliation had subsided into analytical focus that enabled comprehensive evaluation of implementation options and tactical considerations for executing her carefully developed acquisition strategy. The comprehensive documentation that Margaret had accumulated through 18 months of operational observation and financial analysis covered her desk in organized portfolios that represented hundreds of hours of strategic preparation. Her acquisition feasibility studies, financial projections, operational improvement plans, and competitive analysis reports provided the foundation for immediate action that would demonstrate her professional capabilities while addressing the personal affront she had endured. Margaret's first strategic decision involved timing optimization for initiating acquisition discussions with Sterling Holdings, the investment consortium that owned Meadowbrook Country Club. Her industry intelligence indicated that Sterling's management team would be conducting quarterly performance reviews during the first week of December, creating optimal conditions for presenting acquisition proposals that aligned with their strategic planning cycles and divestiture objectives. The financing structure that Margaret had developed through her preliminary planning provided multiple pathways for acquisition funding that balanced cost considerations with strategic flexibility requirements. Her personal investment portfolio possessed sufficient liquidity to support substantial equity participation, while her established relationships with commercial lenders and private equity firms provided access to additional capital resources that would enable competitive acquisition proposals. Margaret's analysis of Sterling Holdings' strategic priorities indicated that the investment consortium was facing pressure from their institutional investors to improve returns on hospitality assets through either operational improvements or strategic divestiture to qualified buyers. Her comprehensive understanding of their financial constraints and timeline expectations positioned her to develop acquisition proposals that addressed their specific requirements while advancing her strategic objectives. The valuation methodology that Margaret employed incorporated both asset-based and income-based approaches that reflected industry standards while accounting for Meadowbrook's unique market position and operational potential. Her financial modeling indicated acquisition price ranges between $14 and $17 million, depending on negotiation dynamics and the specific terms and conditions that govern transaction structure and timeline requirements. Margaret's competitive advantage in acquisition discussions derived from her comprehensive operational knowledge and strategic planning that exceeded what external buyers could typically achieve through conventional due diligence processes. Her insider understanding of facility capabilities, member demographics, operational challenges, and improvement opportunities provided strategic intelligence that would enable more precise valuation assessments and implementation planning. The implementation timeline that Margaret established for her acquisition strategy incorporated critical path activities that would optimize transaction efficiency while maintaining operational continuity throughout the ownership transition process. Her project management approach addressed legal requirements, regulatory compliance, financing coordination, and stakeholder communication that would ensure successful completion within her targeted time frame of 90 days. Margaret's legal preparation included engagement of specialized attorneys who possessed extensive experience in hospitality industry transactions and membership organization acquisitions. Her legal team would address regulatory compliance requirements, contract analysis, asset transfer procedures, and liability protection mechanisms that would safeguard her interests throughout the acquisition process while ensuring adherence to applicable laws and industry standards. The due diligence verification that Margaret would conduct through her legal and financial advisors would confirm her operational assessments while identifying any undisclosed liabilities or regulatory issues that could affect transaction terms or post-acquisition planning. Her systematic approach to due diligence reflected professional standards that would protect her investment while demonstrating sophisticated business practices to all parties involved in the transaction. Margaret's stakeholder communication strategy addressed the complex relationships and competing interests that would influence acquisition success and post-transaction operations. Her approach encompassed Sterling Holdings' management team, Meadowbrook's operational staff, key vendors and suppliers, regulatory authorities, and the club membership whose support would be essential for successful transition and ongoing operations. The operational transition planning that Margaret had developed addressed immediate priorities for maintaining service quality and member satisfaction during the ownership change period. Her transition strategy included staff retention programs, vendor relationship continuity, member communication initiatives, and service enhancement projects that would demonstrate effective management while building foundation for long-term strategic improvements. Margaret's financial analysis of acquisition benefits included both quantifiable returns on investment and strategic value creation that would justify the substantial capital commitment required for successful transaction completion. Her projections indicated internal rates of return exceeding 25% annually through operational improvements, revenue optimization, and asset appreciation that would result from strategic management initiatives. The competitive positioning that Margaret's acquisition would establish encompassed market leadership objectives that extended beyond immediate financial returns to encompass long-term strategic value creation. Her vision for Meadowbrook's development included expansion possibilities, partnership opportunities, and intellectual property development that could generate additional revenue streams while enhancing the facility's market position. Margaret's risk assessment and mitigation strategy addressed potential challenges associated with acquisition execution, operational transition, and long-term strategic implementation. Her risk management approach included contingency planning for financing complications, regulatory delays, staff retention issues, and member satisfaction concerns that could affect transaction success or post-acquisition performance. The quality assurance framework that Margaret would implement immediately following acquisition completion would establish systematic monitoring and improvement processes that would maintain exceptional service standards while identifying optimization opportunities through performance measurement and member feedback analysis. Her quality management approach emphasized continuous improvement and proactive problem resolution. Margaret's human resource strategy for post-acquisition operations addressed both immediate staffing requirements and long-term organizational development that would support strategic growth objectives. Her approach included professional development programs, performance incentive systems, and succession planning that would create exceptional staff capabilities while maintaining institutional knowledge and operational continuity. The technology integration roadmap that Margaret had prepared would modernize Meadowbrook's operational systems while preserving the personalized service standards that distinguished luxury club environments. Her technology strategy balanced innovation adoption with user-friendly interfaces that would appeal to members across different demographic segments, while improving operational efficiency and cost management. Margaret's marketing and brand enhancement strategy would position Meadowbrook as the premier country club experience for discerning individuals throughout the Connecticut region. Her branding approach emphasized heritage preservation while incorporating contemporary elements that would attract new membership demographics without alienating existing members who valued traditional club culture and exclusivity. The partnership development program that Margaret planned would leverage her hospitality industry network to create strategic alliances with complementary service providers and luxury brands that could enhance member benefits while generating additional revenue streams. These partnerships would include reciprocal access agreements, preferred service arrangements, and exclusive member benefits that would increase membership value propositions. Margaret's community engagement initiatives would strengthen Meadowbrook's relationships with local organizations and charitable causes while providing meaningful member involvement opportunities. Her community strategy balanced social responsibility with strategic networking that would benefit both club interests and regional development objectives, while enhancing Meadowbrook's reputation as a responsible corporate citizen. The performance measurement system that Margaret would establish would provide comprehensive tracking of strategic initiative effectiveness through financial metrics, operational efficiency indicators, and member satisfaction assessments. Her measurement approach would guide ongoing optimization decisions while demonstrating acquisition success to stakeholders and potential investors in future expansion projects. Margaret's long-term vision for Meadowbrook encompassed expansion possibilities and market leadership objectives that would establish the facility as a premier hospitality destination throughout the Northeast Corridor. Her strategic planning integrated financial success with community impact and member satisfaction that would create sustainable competitive advantages while generating substantial asset appreciation over time. The intellectual property development strategy that Margaret planned would create proprietary service systems and operational methodologies that could enhance Meadowbrook's competitive positioning while potentially generating licensing opportunities with other hospitality organizations. Her intellectual property approach emphasized innovation creation that would differentiate Meadowbrook from competitive facilities. Margaret's contingency planning addressed potential market changes, regulatory developments, and competitive responses that could affect strategic implementation and financial performance. Her adaptive strategies would maintain operational effectiveness while enabling responsive adjustments to changing circumstances that could impact long-term success objectives. The personal satisfaction that Margaret anticipated from successful acquisition and transformation of Meadowbrook extended beyond financial returns to encompass professional vindication and demonstration of capabilities that had been systematically undervalued by family members and social associates. Her strategic achievement would establish credibility within Connecticut's business community while providing platform for expanded hospitality industry involvement. Margaret's systematic approach to strategic decision-making reflected the professional competence and analytical rigor that had characterized her previous business achievements. Her comprehensive planning demonstrated exceptional business acumen, while positioning her for decisive action that would transform personal humiliation into strategic opportunity through sophisticated acquisition and operational improvement initiatives. The foundation that Margaret had established through months of careful preparation enabled swift transition from strategic planning to implementation activities that would demonstrate her true professional capabilities, while achieving both business objectives and personal vindication. Her strategic decision represented the culmination of systematic intelligence gathering, comprehensive analysis, and innovative problem-solving that would prove her worth through measurable business success. Margaret Whitmore initiated contact with Sterling Holdings on Monday morning, December 2nd, presenting herself as the principal of Whitmore Capital Ventures, a hospitality investment firm specializing in luxury recreational facilities throughout the Northeast Corridor. Her carefully orchestrated introduction to Sterling's acquisition team positioned her as a sophisticated industry professional, whose interest in Meadowbrook Country Club reflected strategic portfolio expansion rather than personal motivations or emotional considerations. The initial presentation materials that Margaret submitted to Sterling Holdings demonstrated professional competence that immediately commanded attention from their investment team. Her comprehensive market analysis, detailed financial projections, and sophisticated acquisition proposal established credibility that positioned her as a serious buyer whose resources and expertise warranted careful consideration from Sterling's management committee. Margaret's business credentials, presented through Whitmore Capital Ventures corporate documentation, revealed extensive experience in hospitality industry transactions, successful operational improvements at comparable facilities, and financial resources that exceeded Sterling's minimum requirements for qualified buyers. Her professional background established legitimacy that enabled productive discussions about acquisition terms and strategic implementation planning. The financial capacity verification that Margaret provided through her banking relationships and investment portfolio documentation confirmed her ability to complete transactions within Sterling's preferred price range and timeline expectations. Her demonstrated liquidity and established credit facilities positioned her as a preferred buyer who could execute efficiently without extended financing approval processes or contingent offer conditions. Sterling Holdings' initial response to Margaret's acquisition inquiry reflected their recognition that she possessed the specialized expertise and financial resources necessary for successful country club ownership and operational improvement. Their willingness to engage in detailed discussions indicated that Margaret's proposal addressed their strategic objectives while meeting their criteria for qualified buyers capable of enhancing Meadowbrook's long-term value. The due diligence process that Sterling initiated provided Margaret with formal access to comprehensive financial records, operational documentation, and legal materials that confirmed her preliminary assessments while revealing additional opportunities for strategic improvement. Her systematic analysis of these materials demonstrated professional competence that impressed Sterling's management team and strengthened her position in subsequent negotiations. Margaret's operational assessment during the formal due diligence process identified specific improvement opportunities that would enhance both member satisfaction and financial performance through relatively modest investments in technology, staffing, and facility enhancements. Her detailed recommendations demonstrated strategic thinking that convinced Sterling management of her ability to successfully optimize Meadowbrook's operations following acquisition completion. The pricing negotiations that Margaret conducted with Sterling Holdings reflected sophisticated understanding of hospitality industry valuation methodologies and market conditions that influenced comparable transaction multiples. Her negotiation strategy balanced acquisition cost optimization with relationship preservation that would support smooth transaction completion and potential future business opportunities. Margaret's proposal of $15.7 million for Meadowbrook's acquisition represented the optimal intersection of Sterling's valuation expectations and her strategic investment criteria. Her offer structure incorporated favorable payment terms and closing conditions that address Sterling's timeline requirements while protecting her interests through appropriate contingencies and performance guarantees. The legal documentation process that Margaret managed through her specialized hospitality attorneys demonstrated professional competence that expedited transaction completion while ensuring comprehensive protection of her interests. Her legal team's expertise in membership organization acquisitions and recreational facility transactions provided Sterling with confidence in her ability to successfully complete the complex ownership transfer. Margaret's financing arrangements for the acquisition demonstrated sophisticated capital structure planning that balanced debt optimization with equity participation to minimize cost of capital, while maintaining strategic flexibility for future expansion initiatives. Her banking relationships and alternative financing sources provided multiple pathways for transaction completion that exceeded Sterling's requirements for buyer qualification. The regulatory compliance activities that Margaret coordinated through her legal advisors addressed licensing requirements, permit transfers, and regulatory approvals necessary for successful ownership transition. Her systematic approach to compliance matters demonstrated professional competence while ensuring adherence to applicable laws and industry regulations that governed country club operations. Margaret's stakeholder communication strategy during the acquisition process addressed member concerns, staff uncertainties, and vendor relationships through transparent information sharing and reassurance regarding operational continuity. Her communication approach balanced disclosure requirements with strategic messaging that maintained confidence while preparing stakeholders for positive changes under new ownership. The operational transition planning that Margaret implemented during the acquisition process addressed immediate priorities for maintaining service quality while preparing for strategic improvements that would enhance member satisfaction and competitive positioning. Her transition strategy included staff retention initiatives, vendor relationship optimization, and member communication programs that would facilitate smooth ownership transfer. Margaret's staff retention program during the acquisition transition included compensation reviews, professional development opportunities, and clear communication regarding employment security that would maintain institutional knowledge while supporting strategic improvements. Her human resource approach demonstrated commitment to existing employees while establishing foundation for enhanced performance standards. The vendor relationship assessment that Margaret conducted during due diligence identified opportunities for improved procurement strategies and service provider optimization that would reduce operational costs while maintaining quality standards. Her vendor management approach balanced relationship preservation with strategic improvements that would enhance operational efficiency and cost management. Margaret's member communication initiatives during the acquisition process addressed concerns regarding policy changes, service modifications, and facility improvements through regular updates and feedback opportunities that maintained member confidence while building support for strategic enhancements. Her member relations approach emphasized continuity preservation while preparing members for positive changes. The financial systems integration that Margaret planned for post-acquisition implementation would modernize accounting procedures, budgeting processes, and performance measurement systems that would improve operational efficiency while providing enhanced management information for strategic decision-making. Her financial management approach balanced innovation adoption with operational continuity requirements. Margaret's quality assurance framework for post-acquisition operations established systematic monitoring and improvement processes that would maintain exceptional service standards while identifying optimization opportunities through performance measurement and member feedback analysis. Her quality management approach emphasized continuous improvement and proactive problem resolution that would enhance member satisfaction. The technology upgrade program that Margaret designed for post-acquisition implementation would modernize operational systems while preserving personalized service standards that distinguished luxury club environments. Her technology strategy balanced innovation adoption with user-friendly interfaces that would appeal to diverse member demographics while improving operational efficiency. Margaret's marketing strategy for Meadowbrook under new ownership would enhance brand positioning while attracting new membership demographics through targeted outreach and service enhancement initiatives. Her marketing approach emphasized heritage preservation while incorporating contemporary elements that would expand market appeal without alienating existing members. The partnership development opportunities that Margaret identified during the acquisition process included strategic alliances with complementary service providers, and luxury brands that could enhance member benefits while generating additional revenue streams. Her partnership strategy would create reciprocal access agreements and exclusive member benefits that would increase membership value propositions. Margaret's community engagement planning for post-acquisition operations would strengthen Meadowbrook's relationships with local organizations and charitable causes, while providing meaningful member involvement opportunities. Her community strategy balanced social responsibility with strategic networking that would benefit both club interests and regional development objectives. The performance measurement systems that Margaret would establish following acquisition completion would provide comprehensive tracking of strategic initiative effectiveness through financial metrics, operational efficiency indicators, and member satisfaction assessments. Her measurement approach would guide ongoing optimization decisions while demonstrating acquisition success to stakeholders and potential investors. Margaret's long-term strategic vision for Meadowbrook encompassed expansion possibilities and market leadership objectives that would establish the facility as a premier hospitality destination throughout the Connecticut region. Her strategic planning integrated financial success with community impact and member satisfaction that would create sustainable competitive advantages. The closing preparations that Margaret coordinated through her professional advisors addressed final due diligence requirements, legal documentation completion, and funding coordination that would ensure efficient transaction execution within the agreed timeline. Her closing management demonstrated professional competence that impressed Sterling's team while protecting her interests through appropriate verification procedures. Margaret's acquisition of Meadowbrook Country Club for $15.7 million represented the successful culmination of strategic planning, professional execution, and sophisticated negotiation that transformed her from invisible catering manager to recognized hospitality industry investor. Her transaction completion demonstrated exceptional business acumen while establishing platform for strategic vindication and professional recognition. The immediate operational priorities that Margaret established following acquisition completion addressed member communication, staff orientation, and vendor coordination that would maintain service excellence while preparing for strategic improvements. Her initial management actions demonstrated commitment to operational continuity while signaling positive changes under her ownership and leadership. The formal announcement of Meadowbrook Country Club's ownership change arrived in member mailboxes on December 15th, accompanied by an elegantly designed welcome letter from Margaret Whitmore, introducing herself as the facility's new owner and principal of Whitmore Capital Ventures. The professional presentation and sophisticated business language of the announcement immediately signaled that Meadowbrook had acquired leadership with substantial hospitality industry expertise and strategic vision for the facility's continued excellence. Vivian Whitmore discovered the ownership change announcement while reviewing her morning correspondence in the breakfast room of the family's Darien residence. Her initial assumption that the new owner merely shared her daughter-in-law's surname gave way to growing recognition as she absorbed the comprehensive business credentials and hospitality industry experience detailed in Margaret's professional biography accompanying the announcement materials. The biographical information that Margaret included with her ownership announcement revealed educational achievements that included Master of Business Administration from Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management and undergraduate economics degree from University of Chicago, both earned with academic distinctions that positioned her among the most qualified hospitality industry professionals throughout the Connecticut region. Margaret's professional background, detailed comprehensively in the ownership announcement materials, encompassed extensive experience in luxury hospitality operations, commercial real estate investment, and recreational facility management that established her credibility as a sophisticated industry professional, whose acquisition of Meadowbrook represented strategic portfolio expansion rather than amateur venture into unfamiliar business territory. The announcement materials included detailed descriptions of planned facility improvements, service enhancements, and operational optimizations that would position Meadowbrook as the premier country club destination throughout Fairfield County. Margaret's strategic vision demonstrated comprehensive understanding of luxury hospitality market dynamics, while addressing member concerns regarding service quality and competitive positioning under new ownership. Vivian's telephone call to Thomas occurred within minutes of her discovery of the ownership announcement, her voice reflecting confusion and disbelief as she questioned whether the Margaret Whitmore identified as Meadowbrook's new owner could possibly be the woman she had dismissed as too common for family Thanksgiving celebrations. The possibility that her daughter-in-law possessed sophisticated business credentials and substantial financial resources challenged fundamental assumptions about family hierarchies and social positioning. Thomas confirmed his wife's ownership of Meadowbrook Country Club during the difficult conversation with his mother, acknowledging that Margaret had concealed her professional background and financial capabilities throughout their marriage, while pursuing her hospitality industry career through strategic investments and operational improvements at luxury recreational facilities throughout the Northeast Corridor. The revelation that Margaret possessed Master of Business Administration credentials from one of the nation's most prestigious business schools fundamentally contradicted Vivian's assessment of her educational background and professional qualifications. The recognition that she had systematically underestimated someone with superior academic achievements and business expertise created cognitive dissonance that challenged her established worldview regarding social hierarchies and intellectual capabilities. Margaret's announcement that she had served as Meadowbrook's head of catering operations during her acquisition evaluation period provided additional context that explained her comprehensive understanding of facility operations, member preferences, and strategic improvement opportunities. Her strategic positioning within the organization had enabled intelligence gathering and relationship building that facilitated successful acquisition while demonstrating exceptional professional competence. The financial implications of Margaret's Meadowbrook acquisition became apparent to family members as they processed the reality that someone they had dismissed as financially dependent on family resources had independently executed a transaction valued at nearly $16 million. The magnitude of her financial capability challenged assumptions about family wealth distribution and individual economic independence that had governed family relationship dynamics. Vivian's social circle at Meadowbrook began discussing the ownership change and Margaret's professional credentials during their regular luncheon gatherings, with conversations reflecting mixture of surprise, admiration, and concern regarding the implications of having someone with such substantial business expertise and financial resources operating within their exclusive social environment while maintaining low public profile. The recognition that Margaret had been observing family dynamics and social interactions from a position of superior professional knowledge and financial capability created retrospective embarrassment among family members who recalled their condescending treatment of someone whose qualifications exceeded their own educational achievements and business experience. Margaret's first official board meeting as Meadowbrook's owner occurred on December 20th, attended by key staff members, facility management personnel, and advisory committee representatives who had been anticipating guidance from their new leadership regarding operational priorities and strategic direction. Her presentation during this initial meeting demonstrated comprehensive understanding of hospitality industry best practices and strategic planning methodologies. The operational improvements that Margaret announced during her initial ownership presentation included technology upgrades, staff training programs, facility enhancements, and service innovations that would position Meadowbrook competitively within the evolving luxury hospitality market. Her strategic initiatives addressed both immediate operational efficiency opportunities and long-term competitive positioning requirements that would ensure sustainable success. Margaret's announcement of her intention to maintain employment for all existing Meadowbrook staff while implementing professional development programs and performance enhancement initiatives demonstrated commitment to institutional knowledge preservation while establishing higher performance standards. Her human resource approach balanced continuity with strategic improvement that would benefit both employees and members. The member communication strategy that Margaret implemented following her ownership announcement included personal letters addressing individual concerns, general facility updates highlighting planned improvements, and open forum opportunities for feedback regarding member preferences and suggestions for facility enhancements. Her communication approach demonstrated commitment to member satisfaction while building support for strategic changes. Vivian's attempt to schedule private discussion with Margaret regarding family relationship implications of her Meadowbrook ownership was declined through polite but firm response that emphasized Margaret's commitment to maintaining professional boundaries between business operations and family dynamics. This boundary establishment signaled fundamental shift in power relationships that had previously governed family interactions. The social dynamics within Meadowbrook's membership community began shifting as members recognized Margaret's transformation from service employee to facility owner, with conversations reflecting increased respect for her business acumen while acknowledging the awkwardness of previous interactions that had failed to recognize her professional qualifications and strategic capabilities. Margaret's announcement of planned charitable initiatives and community engagement programs demonstrated commitment to social responsibility that aligned with member values while enhancing Meadowbrook's reputation as contributor to regional philanthropic activities. Her community involvement strategy balanced business objectives with genuine commitment to social impact that reflected personal values and professional standards. The vendor relationship optimization that Margaret initiated following her ownership transition included comprehensive contract reviews, service quality assessments, and procurement strategy modifications that would improve operational efficiency while maintaining high standards for goods and services supporting member experiences. Her vendor management approach demonstrated professional competence in complex business relationship coordination. Margaret's establishment of advisory committees comprised of select members with relevant professional expertise created collaborative governance structure that would inform strategic planning while building member investment in facility success. Her participatory management approach balanced owner authority with member input that would enhance decision-making quality and implementation success. The facility improvement projects that Margaret announced included dining room renovations, recreational equipment upgrades, landscaping enhancements, and technology installations that would modernize member experiences while preserving traditional elegance that defined Meadowbrook's character. Her improvement strategy balanced innovation with heritage preservation that respected member preferences and facility history. Margaret's professional network within the hospitality industry enabled partnerships and service agreements that would enhance member benefits while reducing operational costs through strategic vendor relationships and reciprocal access arrangements with comparable facilities throughout the region. Her network utilization demonstrated sophisticated business relationship management and strategic planning capabilities. The performance measurement systems that Margaret established for ongoing operational assessment included member satisfaction surveys, financial performance tracking, and service quality monitoring that would guide continuous improvement initiatives while demonstrating accountability to members and stakeholders. Her measurement approach reflected commitment to excellence and systematic management practices. Margaret's long-term strategic vision for Meadowbrook encompassed expansion possibilities, market leadership objectives, and community impact initiatives that would establish the facility as regional hospitality destination, while maintaining exclusive character that appealed to discerning members. Her vision balanced growth aspirations with heritage preservation that honored facility traditions. The recognition within Connecticut's business community that Margaret had successfully acquired and planned to enhance one of the region's most prestigious country clubs established her reputation as serious hospitality industry investor whose strategic capabilities warranted professional respect and potential partnership opportunities. Her business achievement provided platform for expanded industry involvement and professional recognition. Vivian's gradual recognition that she had systematically underestimated someone whose professional qualifications, business achievements, and strategic capabilities exceeded those of most family members created fundamental challenge to assumptions that had governed family hierarchy and social positioning throughout previous decades. The revelation required reassessment of judgments and relationship dynamics that had been based on incomplete information and social prejudices. The transformation in family dynamics that resulted from Margaret's revelation of her true professional identity and business capabilities established new equilibrium based on demonstrated competence rather than assumed hierarchies. This fundamental shift created opportunities for authentic relationships based on mutual respect rather than artificial social positioning and condescending assumptions about individual worth and capability. The reverberations of Margaret Whitmore's ownership revelation extended far beyond immediate family circles to encompass the broader social networks and business communities that had intersected with the Whitmore family through decades of established relationships. The recognition that someone who had been systematically dismissed and excluded possessed extraordinary professional capabilities and substantial financial resources created fundamental disruptions in social hierarchies and relationship assumptions that had governed Connecticut's exclusive communities for generations. The Connecticut business press discovered Margaret's acquisition story within days of the ownership announcement, recognizing the compelling narrative of a highly qualified hospitality professional who had operated anonymously within an organization while developing comprehensive acquisition strategies. Industry publications featured detailed analyses of her strategic approach and the implications for hospitality sector consolidation throughout the Northeast Corridor, establishing her reputation as an innovative investor worthy of professional recognition. Margaret's Northwestern University alumni network responded enthusiastically to news of her successful acquisition, with former classmates and professors expressing admiration for her strategic patience and sophisticated business execution. The Kellogg School of Management featured her story in their quarterly publication as an exemplary case study of strategic positioning and market timing that demonstrated exceptional application of advanced business principles to complex acquisition scenarios. The hospitality industry associations, where Margaret had maintained membership throughout her career, recognized her Meadowbrook acquisition as a significant achievement that positioned her as a thought leader in luxury recreational facility management. Professional conferences extended speaking invitations that would provide platforms for sharing her strategic insights and operational expertise with industry colleagues who appreciated sophisticated approaches to business development. Vivian Whitmore's social circle at Meadowbrook experienced collective cognitive dissonance as they processed the reality that someone they had observed serving their luncheons and dinner parties possessed superior educational credentials and business achievements compared to many members who had treated her with casual dismissal. The recognition created uncomfortable retrospective awareness of their failure to recognize exceptional capabilities that had operated within their immediate environment. The Ladies' Auxiliary Board meeting that convened following Margaret's ownership announcement featured lengthy discussions regarding the implications of having their former caterer assume ownership of the facility where they conducted their most exclusive social gatherings. The conversation revealed underlying anxieties about social hierarchies and the stability of established class distinctions that had provided structure for their community relationships. Thomas Whitmore faced difficult conversations with family members and business associates who questioned his awareness of his wife's professional background and financial capabilities. His acknowledgement that Margaret had concealed her true qualifications throughout their marriage created speculation about family communication dynamics and his understanding of the woman he had married 3 years earlier. The revelation that Margaret had systematically observed and analyzed family business discussions while possessing superior expertise in finance and strategic planning created profound embarrassment among family members who recalled conversations where they had offered condescending advice about financial matters to someone whose qualifications exceeded their own knowledge and experience. Margaret's former colleagues at her previous hospitality executive positions expressed admiration for her strategic approach to career development and professional advancement through strategic acquisition rather than traditional corporate advancement. Professional networking groups recognized her achievement as innovative career development that demonstrated exceptional business acumen and long-term strategic thinking. The University of Chicago Economics Department featured Margaret's success story in their alumni newsletter, highlighting her application of economic theory and financial analysis to successful business acquisition that demonstrated practical application of academic knowledge to real-world business challenges. Faculty members who had taught her expressed pride in her achievement while recognizing the strategic sophistication of her approach. Sterling Holdings' management team acknowledged privately that Margaret had executed one of the most efficient acquisition processes they had encountered, demonstrating comprehensive understanding of their strategic objectives while presenting professional capabilities that exceeded typical buyer qualifications. Their positive assessment enhanced Margaret's reputation within private equity circles as a sophisticated hospitality investor worthy of future partnership considerations. The legal and financial advisory professionals who had supported Margaret's acquisition praised her systematic approach to due diligence and transaction management. Her attorneys recognized her comprehensive understanding of complex business structures and regulatory requirements that facilitated efficient transaction completion, while protecting her interests through appropriate risk management strategies. Margaret's banking relationships acknowledged her exceptional financial management and strategic planning that had enabled accumulation of substantial investment capital while maintaining excellent credit standing and professional reputation. Commercial lenders recognized her as a preferred client whose business acumen and financial discipline warranted priority consideration for future financing requirements. The charitable organizations where Vivian Whitmore maintained leadership positions began reassessing their dismissive treatment of Margaret's potential contributions to philanthropic activities. The recognition that she possessed both significant financial resources and sophisticated business expertise created opportunities for meaningful involvement in community development initiatives that could benefit from her strategic capabilities. Meadowbrook's staff members experienced complex emotions as they processed the transformation of their former supervisor into facility owner whose professional qualifications had been invisible during their previous working relationship. Many employees expressed admiration for Margaret's dignity and professionalism while acknowledging their failure to recognize her exceptional capabilities during her catering management tenure. The vendor companies that had worked with Margaret during her catering operations recognized her strategic approach to relationship management and performance optimization that had improved their service delivery while creating mutually beneficial business partnerships. Several vendors expressed interest in expanding their relationships under her ownership, recognizing opportunities for enhanced collaboration and strategic development. Margaret's acquisition success prompted inquiries from other hospitality investment opportunities throughout the region, with facility owners and investment groups recognizing her demonstrated capability for successful acquisition and operational improvement. Her reputation as a qualified buyer with proven expertise created access to additional investment opportunities that could support portfolio expansion and strategic diversification. The social transformation that Margaret's revelation created within Meadowbrook's membership community established new dynamics based on demonstrated competence rather than assumed social hierarchies. Members who had previously ignored or dismissed her began seeking opportunities for meaningful interaction and recognition of her professional achievements and strategic capabilities. Professional women within Connecticut's business community recognized Margaret's achievement as significant advancement for female leadership in hospitality industry investment and management. Women's business organizations extended invitations for board participation and speaking opportunities that would provide platforms for sharing her strategic insights and professional expertise with aspiring business leaders. The Connecticut hospitality industry recognized Margaret's acquisition as evidence of continued sector growth and consolidation that demonstrated market confidence and investment attractiveness. Industry publications featured analyses of her strategic approach and operational plans that positioned her as a thought leader, whose insights warranted professional attention and consideration. Margaret's acquisition created positive implications for Meadowbrook's competitive positioning within the regional luxury hospitality market, with industry analysts recognizing her professional qualifications and strategic vision as advantages that would enhance facility performance and market reputation. Her ownership established confidence in continued operational excellence and strategic development. The real estate investment community recognized Margaret's acquisition as sophisticated asset diversification that demonstrated comprehensive understanding of hospitality sector dynamics and investment timing. Commercial real estate professionals acknowledged her strategic approach to property acquisition and operational improvement that created sustainable competitive advantages and asset appreciation potential. Margaret's success story became a case study in strategic patience and comprehensive preparation that business schools began incorporating into their curricula as examples of exceptional strategic thinking and market timing. Academic institutions recognized her approach as exemplary application of advanced business principles to complex acquisition scenarios that delivered measurable results. The transformation in professional recognition that Margaret experienced following her ownership revelation created opportunities for expanded industry involvement through advisory board positions, strategic consulting relationships, and partnership opportunities with other hospitality investment groups. Her demonstrated capabilities established credibility that warranted serious consideration for collaborative business ventures. Margaret's story resonated throughout networks of professional women who recognized her achievement as demonstration that strategic patience, comprehensive preparation, and exceptional competence could overcome systematic underestimation and social prejudice. Her success provided inspiration for other professional women who faced similar challenges in establishing recognition for their capabilities and achievements. The ripple effects of Margaret's revelation continued expanding throughout Connecticut's business and social communities as the full implications of her strategic achievement became apparent. The recognition that exceptional capabilities and significant resources had operated invisibly within their established social structures created lasting impact on assumptions about individual worth and the importance of recognizing talent regardless of social positioning or apparent circumstances. Margaret Whitmore convened a comprehensive presentation meeting on January 8 to demonstrate the full scope of her strategic analysis and operational planning that had enabled successful acquisition of Meadowbrook Country Club. The assembled audience included key stakeholders, industry professionals, and family members who would witness systematic documentation of the analytical rigor and strategic sophistication that had remained invisible during her tenure as catering operations manager. The presentation materials that Margaret had prepared encompassed 18 months of detailed financial analysis, operational assessment, and strategic planning documentation that revealed the comprehensive nature of her intelligence gathering and solution development. Her systematic approach to documentation demonstrated professional standards that exceeded typical acquisition due diligence, while establishing permanent record of her exceptional analytical capabilities and strategic thinking processes. Margaret's opening presentation segment addressed the strategic intelligence gathering methodology she had employed throughout her operational observation period. Her approach incorporated systematic data collection, financial analysis, competitive assessment, and stakeholder evaluation that provided comprehensive understanding of Meadowbrook's operational challenges, market positioning, and strategic opportunities that informed her acquisition decision and implementation planning. The financial analysis documentation that Margaret presented included detailed revenue assessments, cost structure evaluations, profitability projections, and cash flow modeling that demonstrated sophisticated understanding of hospitality industry economics and investment evaluation methodologies. Her financial modeling incorporated multiple scenario analyses and sensitivity testing that validated acquisition assumptions while identifying risk factors and optimization opportunities. Margaret's operational efficiency analysis revealed systematic identification of process improvements, resource optimization opportunities, and service enhancement possibilities that would increase facility performance while reducing operational costs. Her detailed documentation included workflow analysis, staff utilization assessments, technology integration opportunities, and facility enhancement recommendations that addressed both immediate improvement needs and long-term strategic positioning requirements. The competitive positioning research that Margaret had conducted throughout her observation period included comprehensive market analysis, competitor performance evaluation, and industry trend assessment that informed strategic planning for Meadowbrook's future development. Her competitive intelligence gathering revealed market opportunities, differentiation strategies, and positioning advantages that could be leveraged through operational improvements and strategic marketing initiatives. Margaret's member demographic analysis provided detailed assessment of customer preferences, utilization patterns, satisfaction metrics, and retention factors that informed service enhancement strategies and facility improvement priorities. Her systematic approach to member intelligence gathering enabled development of targeted improvements that would address specific needs while attracting new membership categories that could enhance revenue generation and community engagement. The vendor relationship optimization study that Margaret presented documented systematic evaluation of supplier performance, contract terms, service quality standards, and cost management opportunities that could improve operational efficiency while maintaining exceptional member experiences. Her procurement analysis identified specific improvements that would reduce expenses by approximately 18% while enhancing service delivery capabilities through strategic vendor partnerships. Margaret's staffing analysis included comprehensive evaluation of human resource requirements, professional development opportunities, compensation optimization strategies, and organizational structure improvements that would enhance service quality while managing labor costs effectively. Her human capital assessment identified specific training initiatives and performance enhancement programs that would create exceptional staff capabilities while reducing turnover expenses. The technology integration roadmap that Margaret had developed addressed systematic modernization of operational systems, member communication platforms, facility management tools, and performance monitoring capabilities that would improve efficiency while enhancing member experiences. Her technology strategy balanced innovation adoption with user-friendly implementation that would appeal to diverse member demographics while supporting strategic operational objectives. Margaret's facility improvement plan encompassed detailed assessments of capital investment requirements, renovation priorities, equipment upgrade needs, and infrastructure enhancement opportunities that would position Meadowbrook competitively within the luxury hospitality market. Her capital planning approach balanced member satisfaction enhancement with strategic asset appreciation that would support long-term investment returns. The regulatory compliance analysis that Margaret presented addressed licensing requirements, safety standards, environmental regulations, and industry compliance obligations that influenced operational procedures and strategic planning decisions. Her systematic approach to regulatory management demonstrated comprehensive understanding of legal requirements while identifying optimization opportunities that could reduce compliance costs without compromising standards. Margaret's risk management framework included detailed assessment of operational risks, financial exposures, market volatilities, and strategic uncertainties that could affect facility performance and investment returns. Her risk analysis incorporated mitigation strategies, contingency planning, and protective measures that would maintain operational stability while supporting strategic growth objectives under varying market conditions. The partnership development strategy that Margaret had formulated identified strategic alliance opportunities with complementary service providers, recreational facilities, and luxury brands that could enhance member benefits while generating additional revenue streams. Her partnership analysis included reciprocal access agreements, preferred service arrangements, and exclusive member benefits that would increase membership value propositions while improving operational efficiency. Margaret's marketing and brand enhancement strategy addressed positioning improvements, target market expansion, communication optimization, and reputation management initiatives that would strengthen Meadowbrook's competitive advantages while attracting new membership demographics. Her marketing approach emphasized heritage preservation while incorporating contemporary elements that would appeal to evolving member preferences and lifestyle requirements. The community engagement program that Margaret presented outlined strategic initiatives for strengthening relationships with local organizations, charitable causes, and civic institutions that would enhance facility reputation while providing meaningful member involvement opportunities. Her community strategy balanced social responsibility with strategic networking that would benefit both club interests and regional development objectives while demonstrating corporate citizenship. Margaret's performance measurement system established comprehensive metrics and reporting procedures that would track strategic initiative effectiveness through financial indicators, operational efficiency measures, and member satisfaction assessments. Her measurement framework provided management information for ongoing optimization decisions while demonstrating accountability to stakeholders and supporting continuous improvement processes. The implementation timeline that Margaret had developed addressed critical path activities, milestone objectives, resource requirements, and coordination procedures that would guide systematic facility transformation while maintaining operational continuity. Her project management approach balanced strategic change implementation with service quality preservation that would ensure member satisfaction throughout the improvement process. Margaret's financing documentation revealed sophisticated capital structure planning that optimized debt utilization, equity participation, and cash flow management to minimize investment costs while maximizing strategic flexibility for future expansion initiatives. Her financial engineering demonstrated comprehensive understanding of hospitality industry investment dynamics while establishing foundation for sustainable growth and profitability enhancement. The legal documentation that Margaret presented included comprehensive contract analysis, regulatory compliance verification, liability protection mechanisms, and intellectual property considerations that protected her interests while ensuring adherence to applicable laws and industry standards. Her legal preparation demonstrated professional competence that facilitated efficient transaction completion while establishing protective frameworks for ongoing operations. Margaret's post-acquisition integration plan addressed immediate operational priorities, staff orientation procedures, member communication strategies, and vendor relationship optimization that would ensure smooth ownership transition without service disruption. Her integration approach balanced change implementation with continuity preservation that would maintain member confidence while establishing foundation for strategic improvements. The quality assurance framework that Margaret established included systematic monitoring procedures, performance standards, feedback mechanisms, and improvement protocols that would maintain exceptional service levels while identifying optimization opportunities through continuous evaluation and member input analysis. Her quality management approach emphasized proactive problem resolution and systematic enhancement of operational effectiveness. Margaret's long-term strategic vision encompassed expansion possibilities, market leadership objectives, asset appreciation strategies, and legacy value creation that would establish Meadowbrook as the premier country club destination throughout the Connecticut region. Her vision integrated financial success with community impact and member satisfaction that would create sustainable competitive advantages while generating substantial returns on investment. The intellectual property development strategy that Margaret outlined addressed proprietary service systems, operational methodologies, and brand elements that could differentiate Meadowbrook from competitors, while potentially generating licensing opportunities with other hospitality organizations. Her intellectual property approach emphasized innovation creation that would provide lasting competitive advantages and additional revenue generation possibilities. Margaret's presentation concluded with comprehensive documentation that established permanent record of her exceptional analytical capabilities, strategic thinking, and professional competence that had enabled successful acquisition and transformation planning. The evidence demonstrated sophisticated business acumen that warranted recognition and respect from professional colleagues, family members, and community stakeholders who had previously underestimated her capabilities and potential contributions. The immediate aftermath of Margaret Whitmore's comprehensive evidence presentation created profound shifts in stakeholder relationships and communication dynamics that reflected fundamental reassessment of her professional standing and strategic capabilities. The systematic documentation she had provided established unassailable credibility that transformed previous dismissive attitudes into recognition of exceptional business acumen that warranted serious consideration and professional respect from all participants in subsequent discussions. Vivian Whitmore requested private meeting with Margaret within 48 hours of the evidence presentation, recognizing the necessity of addressing family relationship implications, while acknowledging the professional competence that had been systematically underestimated throughout their previous interactions. The meeting represented unprecedented role reversal, wherein Vivian approached Margaret as supplicant seeking reconciliation, rather than matriarch dispensing judgment regarding family membership standards and social acceptability. The conversation between Margaret and Vivian unfolded in Margaret's executive office at Meadowbrook Country Club, surrounded by evidence of her professional achievements and strategic planning documentation that provided constant reminder of the analytical sophistication and business expertise that had operated invisibly within family dynamics for years. The physical environment reinforced power dynamic transformation while establishing context for substantive discussion regarding future relationship parameters. Vivian's acknowledgement of her misjudgment regarding Margaret's professional qualifications and business capabilities represented fundamental admission of error that required significant adjustment to established assumptions about family hierarchies and individual worth assessments. Her recognition that she had systematically dismissed someone whose educational achievements and professional accomplishments exceeded those of most family members created foundation for authentic relationship reconstruction based on demonstrated competence rather than assumed social positioning. Margaret's response to Vivian's reconciliation overtures demonstrated diplomatic professionalism that balanced acknowledgement of past grievances with commitment to future relationship improvement based on mutual respect and recognition of individual capabilities. Her approach established clear boundaries regarding professional autonomy while expressing willingness to consider family relationship restoration, provided fundamental attitude changes were demonstrated through consistent behavioral modification over time. The negotiation regarding family relationship parameters addressed specific expectations for respectful interaction, recognition of professional achievements, and inclusion in family celebrations based on merit, rather than conditional acceptance dependent on conformity to arbitrary social standards. Margaret's position established that future family participation would require genuine appreciation of her contributions rather than grudging tolerance of her presence during social occasions. Thomas Whitmore's role in family relationship negotiations reflected complex position between loyalty obligations to his mother and recognition of his wife's exceptional capabilities that had been revealed through her strategic business achievement. His facilitation of reconciliation discussions demonstrated growing understanding of Margaret's professional stature, while acknowledging his previous failure to recognize and defend her qualifications when family members questioned her suitability for inclusion. The broader family discussion that emerged following Margaret's evidence presentation addressed systematic patterns of assumption and judgment that had prevented recognition of exceptional individual capabilities based on superficial assessments and social prejudice. Family members acknowledged collective responsibility for creating an environment wherein someone with superior qualifications had been dismissed and excluded from meaningful participation in family activities and decision-making processes. Margaret's establishment of conditions for ongoing family relationship restoration included requirements for public acknowledgement of her professional achievements, formal apology for previous dismissive treatment, and commitment to inclusive participation in future family celebrations without conditional acceptance or patronizing tolerance. Her negotiation position reflected dignified assertiveness that balanced relationship preservation with essential respect requirements. The business community response to Margaret's evidence presentation created opportunities for expanded professional involvement through advisory board positions, consulting relationships, and strategic partnership discussions with other hospitality industry leaders who recognized her exceptional analytical capabilities and strategic planning expertise. These professional opportunities provided alternative relationship networks that reduced dependence on family acceptance while enhancing career development prospects. Sterling Holdings' management team acknowledged Margaret's strategic sophistication through formal recommendation letters that established her reputation within private equity circles as qualified acquisition partner, whose due diligence processes and operational planning exceeded industry standards. Their professional endorsement created access to additional investment opportunities while validating her business methodology and strategic approach to complex transactions. The legal and financial advisory professionals who had supported Margaret's acquisition process provided testimonials regarding her systematic approach to risk management, regulatory compliance, and strategic planning that demonstrated exceptional professional competence worthy of recognition within their professional networks. These endorsements enhanced her credibility while creating referral opportunities for expanded business development activities. Margaret's negotiation with Meadowbrook membership regarding facility improvement priorities and strategic development initiatives created collaborative governance structure that balanced owner authority with member input while establishing clear decision-making parameters. Her approach demonstrated diplomatic leadership that respected member preferences while maintaining strategic control over operational improvements and long-term planning objectives. The vendor relationship negotiations that Margaret conducted following her ownership transition addressed service quality standards, contract terms, and performance expectations that would support facility excellence while optimizing operational costs. Her systematic approach to supplier management demonstrated professional competence in complex business relationship coordination while establishing mutually beneficial partnerships that supported strategic objectives. Margaret's staff negotiation process addressed compensation optimization, professional development opportunities, and performance enhancement programs that would create exceptional service capabilities while maintaining institutional knowledge and operational continuity. Her human resource approach balanced employee satisfaction with strategic operational requirements while establishing clear expectations for service excellence and professional conduct. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.